Hello, I welcome you all to this wonderful lesson, and in this lesson we are going to talk about this important question. This is one of the questions that don't miss in an exam. This is a linear motion, so uniformly accelerated linear motion. The question that we are going to discuss here is falling under linear motion. So I just want to discuss with you this important question. You see how to answer questions that gets to come in an exam under this important topic. So the first thing that you need to do is to understand what I get to call, or what they call, three important equations of linear motion. So we've got three important equations of linear motion. So these are, the first one is v squared is equal to u squared plus 2ax. The v here, this is the final velocity. The u there, that is the initial velocity. A, that is the acceleration. Then the x there, that is the distance, or rather the displacement. So this is what you need to understand. So the other thing that you need to know is this formula. V is equal to u plus a t. T is the time. These I've told you. The air that you are able to see there can also work as gravity. So the other one, the last one, is this one. You need to know this. This is the last one. So this is t squared. These are the three equations of motion that each student is supposed to know and understand. So you need to make sure that you understand these three. Straight away we go into the question that is saying a stone is thrown upward. A stone is thrown upward like this. So a stone is thrown upward like this. This is a stone that is thrown upward with an initial velocity. So initial velocity, which is what? 20 meters per second. This is our initial velocity. So now they are saying that taking g, this is acceleration due to gravity, to be what? 10 meters per second. So since it is going upward, which means this is negative, this is thrown upward. It is not free fall, but thrown upward. So meaning that the acceleration there, or the g, will be negative what? 10 meters per second squared. So it is moving at this. So when it goes up, when it reaches that top, which means that our final velocity will now be 0 meters per second. This is what you are told. When it reaches the top there, that is the final velocity 0, then it will now come back to the earth due to some forces that are in the atmosphere. It is going to come back with a free fall. So now, this is what we are given. This is a stone. This is your stone. This is your stone. So now, we go into the question. So the question is saying, how far, this is the first question, how far does it reach on the top? How far does it reach on the top? So this is what we are talking about. So this is thrown upward. So this is the data that we have when thrown. So this is thrown upward. This is what you need to understand. This is the data that we are given. So now, how far? How far? We are talking about distance. Which formula are we going to use amongst these three when we are given this data? So are we going to use this one? There is time. Are we given time here? No. So we can't find this one when time is not given. Are we going to use this one? There is time there, so we cannot even use this. The only equation we are going to use is that first one, where we are saying that final velocity is equal to initial squared plus ax. So we want to find what? Want to find that. This is what we want to find, the distance. So we are going to solve this. Final velocity, that is 0 squared, is equal to, what is your initial? Initial, we are given 20. So I say 20 squared plus 2 times acceleration. This is acceleration, negative 10. negative 10, then that is the x that I want. This is what you're going to do. So from here, this is 0 is equal to 400. This is minus 20x. This is what you're going to have. You want to calculate this x. This has now become an equation where you are going to have 0 minus 400. You group like terms, negative 20. You are going to get negative 20 there. Negative 20 what? Negative 20x. This is what you are going to have. Hope you are able to see what I'm doing. You are able to understand all the procedures. So I'm going to love this part. So let me just continue from here. I'll continue from here. There is some space this side. So what I'm going to do here now, you are given this. This is 20 squared. You are given this. So what you are going to do, you are going to divide throughout by what? By this. So before you divide by negative 20, what you are going to do is that you are going to say this minus that is negative 400, which is equal to negative 20x. So you are going to divide both sides by what? By 20, negative 20. So even here, negative 20. This and that will be cancelled. X is now equal to, when you divide here, negative cancelled. This is cancelled. You are going to have 20 what? 20 meters as your distance. This is what you are supposed to do on the first part of this question. We now move to the next question. We now move to the other question. Hope you've seen how we've answered this particular question. You've seen how we've answered this. You are able to follow through. So the answer on the first one is 20 meters. This is what you are supposed to do. We move to the next one. How long does it take to the top? How long does it take to the top? You are going upward. So this is thrown. You know that the same diagram, the same information that we used at first is the same data that we are going to use. But here we want to find time. So you want to find time. How can you find time? You are given the distance. We've calculated the distance, this distance. So the only formula that we are going to use on this one, we know that what are we given? What are we given? We are given the initial. Initial is 20 meters per second. What are we given? Final is 0 meter per second. This is what we are given. We are also given the g here, which is the same as acceleration. So the g or acceleration is equal to negative 10 meter per second. Why am I saying negative? Because it is going up. So this is what you are given. You want now to find what? Time. Which formula are you going to use? You are going to use this particular formula where you are given this, you have this, you have this, you just want to find time. That is the formula you are going to use. V is equal to U plus AT. You just substitute 0. This is what? 20 there. Plus, what is acceleration? Acceleration there is what? Negative 10. This is what you are going to do. Then cross the time there. This one comes this side. 0 minus 20, which is equal to negative 10t. This is the same as 20, negative 20, which is equal to negative 10t. Divide both sides by negative 10. Divide both sides by negative 10. This and that will be cancelled. You have time, which is equal to negative cancelled 2 seconds. This is your answer. So this is how you are supposed to answer that. You've answered this particular question. So this is what you need to do. These are some of the things that you need to know and understand. So we move to this other question. We move to the next question, which happens to be our third question. Before I even continue, if there is one that wants to start lessons, I'm your online tutor for mathematics and science. At the moment, this is 2024. We are just offering these two as an academy. We are doing mathematics and science at the moment, and I'm the one tutoring mathematics and science. When I say science, I mean physics and chemistry. So don't forget to follow me. Don't forget to support me. Don't forget to like and comment on the videos that I get to post. Okay, so this is my number. This is the number to text on WhatsApp. Though lessons are conducted on Telegram, but the majority of us are on WhatsApp than Telegram. So now, this is the number to call. Let's move on with our questions. What is its velocity just before reaching the ground? So it's more like this stone was thrown upward like that. The data we add at first, it reaches there. Automatically, when it reaches that point, it will start going down now. So this one, where the highest point there becomes initial, then initial is what? 0. Initial is 0 meter per second. Then this gets to fall down. As it gets to fall down, you are going to discover that the acceleration due to gravity, this one, or acceleration will just be 10 meters per second, because this is a free fall now. It is what? Positive. This is what you need to understand. So the question has changed a bit. So they want you to find the what? They want you to find its what? Its velocity. So they want you to find its velocity. How can you find the final velocity now? One of the equations that you are going to use that is going to help you find this equation is this one that is there. This is the one that is going to help you. So before reaching the ground, we know that the distance from here to there, we've calculated the distance. It was what? 20. We calculated that one to be 20. So now, the first thing that you need to do on this part, you need to get the time that is there. So you know the time that was there, the time is not important. Then we also have distance. We calculated distance. So the distance from here to there, though it was thrown upward, you understand the distance is always distance. So even from here to there, the distance is just the same. So the distance will also be what? We calculated distance, 20 meters. This is what we calculated. The other thing that you also need to put into consideration, so we've found this. I've told you that the equation that is going to help us is that one. We want to find what? We want to find the velocity. So we are going to use that. Final velocity squared is equal to initial squared plus 2ax. We want to find that this is equal to initial 0. So 0 squared plus 2 times a, that is 10, not negative, 10. Then x, we calculated that was what? That was 20. So we say v squared is now equal to, when you punch this on your calculator, 2 times 10, 20, 20 times 20, that is 400. Times plus 0, you still get a 400. Introduce the square root both sides. So when you introduce the square root both sides, you are going to have velocity which will be equal to what? What is the square root of 400? 20. So 20 meters per second. This is what you are going to have. This is your final velocity. This is the velocity. So the velocity we've calculated before reaching the ground, this is the velocity, which is 20 meters per second. Just like this, you are done. This is what you are supposed to do. Let us now move to the last question. The last question is saying, how long does it take to the ground? So does it take to the ground? To the ground. To the ground. You are going downwards now. So to the ground. To the ground. You are going what? Downwards. This is the information that you are given. Information is there. So now you check. Okay. How long? Time. We want to calculate time. Time. Which formula is going to be helpful? So this one is going to be helpful because you know that final velocity you have initial plus at. So final velocity, it is 20, which is equal to initial 0 plus acceleration, that is 10. This acceleration is this gravity that we are using here. Then what is your time? We want to find the time. So from here now, what are you going to do? You are going to say this is 20 is equal to what? 10t. You divide by 10, you divide by 10. Time will still be what? 2 seconds. So how long the time is 2 seconds. So the time there is what? 2 seconds. This is what we've calculated. Hope people are able to see. So these 2 seconds that we've calculated now, you know that when it was thrown up, to reach that maximum point, to reach this point, the time was what? If you remember very well, we had to find 2 seconds as well. So we found 2 seconds. So now we know that going up and coming down. So going up 2 seconds, coming down 2 seconds. So in total, what is the time? So you know that the time that we want now is time 1 plus time 2. So time 1 was 2 seconds. Plus time 2, it has given us 2 seconds. So 2 plus 2, that is 4 seconds. This is the time that you need to have. So this is what you are supposed to do. This is where you are supposed to end. So now, if you've reached this far, don't forget to share this video to other people so that we get to help a larger audience. Make sure that you share this video. Make sure that you comment. This is your tutor, Addison J. Zulu Tutor, your tutor for mathematics and science. So this year, we are just doing maths and science. We are yet to do more subjects under our academy, Addisonite Learning Academy. Don't forget to follow me on my Facebook page, Addison J. Zulu Tutor, and on YouTube, Addison J. Zulu Tutor, even on TikTok, Addison J. Zulu Tutor. Make sure that you follow me on all these platforms. Thank you so much.